You've been missing for a year. And according to this, they said you were granted probation on January 9th, 2025, released from custody on January 13th, 2025, and nobody saw you after that. Court is calling 2024 CR 4101 State versus Gina Romano. Can I have parties announced?
James Tochi for Ms. Romano, Judge.
And are you Ms. Romano? All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Gina Romano who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 4101 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams on January 9th, 2025 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Gina M. Romano, did then and there fail to report the supervision officer as directed in the months of February and March 2025 in violation.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Hold on. This is the moment everything tightens. By saying true, she isn't just admitting she messed up, she is handing the judge the power to send her to prison for up to 20 years. So the real question is, why take that risk instead of fighting it?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
If the proposed agreement is to deny the state's motion and alter and amend to add 90 days as monitoring, which is there to the switch of 90%.
Yes.
I mean, we're in agreement on the recommendation to the court. I explained to Ms. Romano what that entailed. One request I would have is if the court can waive those fees, if the court is willing to go along with it. She did get off to a very poor start, Judge. She has a couple really good reasons why she had a baby right when you placed her on probation. Who just turned 1. At the same time, she had a sick mother who is, as I understand it, she is still in a coma. She fell into a coma the day she was released from jail, Ms. Romano. She works. She has a husband. She's far more stable now than she was a year ago. And so I hope the court will allow her to kind of begin again on her probation. You will have tabs on her. She does work. She does care for her child. And she is prepared to follow the orders of the court.
Okay, strong sympathy play from the defense. Newborn baby, dying mother, new job, family stability. But here's the problem, none of that answers the judge's favorite question. White right pointing backhand index, why didn't you call probation? And in revocation court, that silence can be deadly.
All right, any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, ma'am, not at all.
So how was she arrested somewhere or did she turn herself in?
I don't know. On the MTR,
Mhm.
And here, my husband and I turned myself in. I called the police to my house.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gina.
All right, so how did you become aware that there was a warrant?
I had called the non-emergency police to see if I had a warrant.
Okay, and then, and what,
I knew that I didn't do my probation.
and did they tell you you had a warrant? And then what did you do?
And then we made the decision for me to get this handled and taken care of.
I'm sorry, I can't
And
hear.
then we made the decision for me to get this handled and taken care of. So it's not like over my head.
And how did you make a plan to do that? What did you do?
I decided to turn myself in to just call an officer to my house to arrest me, so I could come and have this handled. Ask for a second chance. That's what I'm asking.
Oh. And you've been missing for a year. And according to this, they said you were granted probation on January 9th, 2025, released from custody on January 13th, 2025. And nobody saw you after that. Explain.
I just started my business. As my attorney said, I had just had my baby on November 11th of 2024. And then, so he was very young. I was taking care of him and starting my business.
So why didn't you tell probation?
I just let I just had my priorities up, and in the year of taking care of him, in the year of starting my business, my husband and I have, we have a house rather than an apartment. So when I came out of jail last year, we were in an apartment. Now we live in a house. We have a car, a truck, 2
See,
motorcycles. He
here's the
has
thing.
job.
You're telling me all of this as for reasons why you should not be revoked and go to prison. But you're not explaining to me why it was so difficult for you to go to probation, report, to pick up a phone and call probation and say, hey, probation, I have this that's going on in my life. Everything is hitting me all at once. And you know what probation would have said? Take a deep breath, come down and report.
I understand. That was my mistake.
I mean,
understand.
not mistake. Those were your choices.
OF. Did you hear that shift? Not a mistake, a choice. That single word just moved this from forgivable to accountable. If you're the defendant, this is where your stomach drops.
So I'm trying to figure out why I should not revoke you. You're telling me about all of these. Well, I have a home now. I have a child. I'm ready to do what's what. That's you throwing yourself on the mercy of the court. And I used to be a defense attorney, and I would always tell my clients, what you're giving me is just throwing myself on the mercy of the court on your behalf and saying, please, judge, don't sentence me. But I have nothing. Now, I will tell you one thing that's in your favor. And if your attorney is telling me it's true, I'll accept it as such as the officer of the court, is the fact that you picked up the phone to see if you had a warrant and you called the police to come to your home to pick you up. That's one thing that's in your favor.
I didn't ask her about that, Judge. I mean, I believe that information is probably easily verifiable if that's the way it went down. I believe Ms. Romano.
All right. Does anybody want to verify that for the court?
Ms. Romano, do you recall the date at which you called the police to tell them?
I think it was January 20th, 19th or 20th. I believe it was January 20th. It was the husband.
Your home, I guess your address was your home, correct?
And yes,
So they said you called the police to come pick you up. That's a good thing. That's a thing in your favor.
And boom, a redemption moment. Judges love responsibility. Running makes you a fugitive. Calling the cops on yourself? That shows maturity. Question is it enough to save her?
Probation, I'm sorry, state, what are you requesting?
We're asking you to follow the agreement and then let's give Ms. Romano a second chance, given the circumstances and should she not comply. All of that.
All right. So this is what I'm going to tell you. One, I don't think GPS is appropriate, but you do need to have some form of punishment.
Here it comes. The fork in the road, freedom with rules, or handcuffs with a timetable. Whatever she says next will decide where she sleeps
Because
tonight.
you've been missing for a year. And that form of punishment is going to be that this will no longer be a deferred adjudication. This will be a guilty verdict. So I'm going to give you a choice. You only have two choices. Don't ask for a third. One, I am going to find you guilty, place you on probation. Or two, I'll sentence you today and I'll sentence you to 2 years.
I think she wants the probation, Judge.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will find you guilty. The court will place you on community supervision. Court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Are there any drug issues with you? All right. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month. for 8 months. There's to be 200 hours community service restitution. 100 of those hours will be deducted upon completion of parenting classes, which I'm ordering. Probation, is there anything else? And on a previous probation, there was no, you know what? We can go ahead and do a TAP evaluation out of custody.
Yes, Judge. Judge, I would like to have her report weekly or monthly.
All right, weekly reporting for 60 days. Is there anything else, probation?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, if you have an issue, you need to let probation know. All it is a phone call. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and address it with me. So, all right, good luck to you. They'll probably release you maybe off the record. They'll probably release you maybe, I don't know, midnight. I have no control over the release from the midnight.
There's no
Okay.
chance for today. No chance for today.
No chance for what?
I work down there.
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Yes, so that's usually what happens.
Being honest.
All right, when you are released, the first thing you better do is report to probation. All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
What a finish. She avoided prison, but this is not mercy. This is a razor-thin second chance. Miss one meeting, dodge one test, ignore one call, and the next ride is straight to a cell. White right pointing backhand index. Do you think the judge made the right call, or was she too lenient? Subscribe now, because the next courtroom moment might be even crazier than this one.